More on this, I want to bring in former Deputy Assistant FBI Director Danny Coulson. Danny, I mean, the fact that this dude just went off and started shooting at kids, I mean, his neighbors, anybody that died, it's a tragedy. But you think about it, this little 8-year-old boy lost his life because somebody lost his temper. Why does the FBI, why do law enforcement have absolutely no leads? How can they say that?
Well, he disappeared. He knows the route. He knows how to get across the border. He knows how to function in that part of our state. And he just took off. And it's hard. I've done a lot of manhunts. They're difficult. The only way we ever solve them is through public support. Somebody will spot them, or somebody he knows will turn them in, or a patrol officer will spot them. 99% of the time, that's the way it works. We don't catch them. Frankly, the public does, or the local cops do. And we need that to happen. This guy didn't have a fuse. He's instant ignition. And I think as soon as he's approached by anybody, he'll engage them and kill them. It's very, very, I live in Texas. I'm concerned about him. So you can imagine how bad it is if somebody with my background is concerned about this guy and how dangerous he is.
I mean, an execution-style killing of innocent people as he's firing off a gun. We are being told that he has an identity card issued by Mexican authorities. So is this person someone who's not a U.S. citizen? Do we know any details on that?
I think he's not a citizen. I think he's here illegally and here many times illegally. And we don't have a border control. There's no control at our border. And it's not likely to change. And there's a lot of people. He's not the only one. There are others just like him here.
And it's a fair question to ask, because I can think that some people would be up in arms at the discussion over what does him being here legally or illegally have to do with anything. He fired a gun. He is obviously nuts. But the fact is that there was no way to track him. So if he did leave the country, we may never see him again.
No, we'll see him. He'll do something else. Guys like this don't do one thing. It's not one and done. He'll do something in Mexico. He'll do it here. He'll come back. He's got the routine down. He knows how to do it. He'll come back. We'll have him again. And I believe they'll catch him unless he commits suicide, which I think is a really strong possibility.
Because you've seen this kind of thing happen before, and you know kind of the MO of some of these criminals.
Yes, ma'am.
But in terms of bumping up the reward money, of trying to find him more quickly, what will the FBI, what will law enforcement do, and especially in working with Mexico with their authorities?
Well, a lot. First of all, a lot of this is technical. They searched his home. They know who his contacts are. They look at his social media, which he probably has, who his friends are, where he goes, and that's the way they'll find him. And then he may just bump into somebody, or unfortunately, he may bump into some police officer who's unwitting and kill that police officer. I think that's one of the dangers here.
I have one more quick question for you, Danny. Did we have any information on him? Did law enforcement have any red flags? Or was this the first time that he's come across their radar?
It appears this is the first time.
Wow.
And I'm surprised. I'm surprised he hadn't had more contacts. You know, this guy didn't have a fuse. He's like instant ignition. And that's the dangerous part of dealing with these people. They don't respond like you do. It doesn't. You don't have to have a reason to do anything. They just do it. It's instant anger, instant evil, and they kill innocent people. He's just killing babies here. This guy's a monster.
Yeah, he just snapped. Danny Coulson, thank you for joining us this morning. Have a great day.
Thank you, man. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.